now that you're looking back in retrospect, how would you approach going to your first deal, maybe without all the specific knowledge that you have now, but trying to do your absolute best to make sure that the deal that you're getting into is good?
Yeah. We, again, from all the little businesses and ideas that we've had through the years, we actually spent a little bit of time at our local RIA, which was actually a really good experience because I'll never forget the day we went in and they had a seminar on basically underwriting, trying to determine what the value of a property was. And you and I kind of looked at each other and we're just like, oh, this isn't that hard. Like, this isn't that crazy to figure out. I mean, it's pretty black and white. Like, so, whether you're going to your local RIA or there's plenty of books out there that I'm sure you could find on just identifying what fair market value of a property is. And then once you know what fair market value of a property is, you basically want to go, okay, what's 65% of that property's value? So if a property's worth $100,000, you want the rehabber to be in $65,000 into that property, or at least your exposure to be $65,000.
Is that the value? Sorry. Yeah. Is that the value of the property at the time, or is that the value of the property after they have rehabbed it?
After they've rehabbed
on the market?
it. Yeah.
So the ARV. So a lot of people in the space are probably familiar with that, but for people who are getting started, just want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah, absolutely. And so once you kind of understand that principle, then it really just becomes, running the numbers and asking questions. And again, that's probably a little too specific for the extent of this podcast and just introducing ourselves. But it really just comes down to doing deals that you wish you'd found yourself. And that's really where our philosophy is at. It's, man, if I had this deal come across my plate and I was the guy that found the deal, I wish I was doing it myself because I would make a lot of money. Because we're not out here to do loans that are going to put borrowers or clients in bad positions. And we're not going to deploy capital that's going to put our investors at risk. Again, like we said, we're not here to issue non-performing loans. If we wanted non-performing loans, we'd go out and we'd buy them. We wouldn't make them ourselves.
For sure.
So, that's the extent of finding good deals.
Yeah. I think one of the big things to keep in mind as well when you're first starting out is the value of investing in places that you're familiar with. And I think that was one of the big benefits that you had was you were investing locally. And even though you didn't know all the specific details of the business or maybe even all the nuances of the specific project that you were working on, you did know the market. And so you felt comfortable with your knowledge in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. And my first deal and really all the deals we do are in places that I'd be comfortable living or even owning that property, and I think that also has a huge benefit to it as well, because you go, okay, well, I really believe in this property. I believe in this market. I know it's strong. I know what kind of demand there is for this area. And from that point of view, at the end of the day, if you're going to have a piece of property that you're loading on, if push came to shove, you'd want to own something in a good area. And we certainly do that.